Wronski. Continuum. Continuum, Michael Wronski.
Close your eyes and ask yourself, are you in the right continuum? What event or decision put you in that chair? If it were not for a lot of happy things, I would not be standing in front of you today. Madam Toastmaster, fellow travelers, and anyone that ever felt what might have been. Our continuum does not always diverge because of a major event. Sometimes it is the barely noticeable ones that change our path, or even a non-event. Events occur through outside influences every day. Other times, we are the shepherd of our own devices and have to take responsibility for our timeline. My current timeline began over 20 years ago. I had a great job working at a defense contractor. One day, I was laid off due to government cutbacks. I scoured the country for another position to no avail. I'm going to tell you about 3 events that were major turning points in my continuum. The first event occurred just trying to earn money to put food on the table, so I didn't have to go begging in the street with a sign that said, "Engineer will work for food." I tried different endeavors, hoping something would click. I tried multi-level marketing, selling water filters and fire extinguishers. I sold one of each, if you count selling myself. I bought and sold real estate with an investment company. I bought one property, actually it never resold. I was quickly running out of money. So I decided to become a taxi driver. This is a dangerous, hard business. One day, I picked up a fare at the airport. His only luggage was a cardboard box. He wanted to go to Los Angeles. Along the way, he entertained me with war stories about being a commander at Desert Storm. When we arrived, I drove around to find a check cashing place. He got out, told me to wait, but I felt a little uncomfortable. I knew something was wrong when he threatened me not to follow him. I flagged down a police officer who came over and questioned me. It turned out he had just been released from Chino State Prison after 30 years. Out of nowhere, a good Samaritan walks up. Not wanting to see the man go back to prison, he pulled out a wad of bills and paid me $100 for the fare. So, he paid me $100 for the fare, and as the man was departing, the ex-con, he whispered to me in a gruff voice, "I'm going to get you." It was then that I decided to go back to school to learn computer programming. I went for months without an income as I tried to build the foundation for a new career. I lost my condo. I spent through all of my savings. I was not taking a step back. It was a huge leap. So I set aside my pride and moved back to Redlands with my mother. It was a difficult decision, but I faced homelessness. I found a job in Redlands, where my mom lived, and as a programmer within a few months. It was an entry-level job, and I wasn't making much money. It was a difficult time, but I was gaining experience, and it's where I met my future wife, who would become so important to me and my future successes. After 3 years, I left the bank to take a programming position in Ventura. This job only lasted 4 months, and I was devastated. My plans to build a life for me and my fiance came crashing down. I I called her and asked, would you still have me? I planned to move back to Redlands again. Now, this was a difficult, very, very difficult time, but 1 week before picking up stakes, I saw an ad for a job fair. On the way to the job fair, my brakes gave out. Only through the skill of being a taxi driver was I able to swerve and avoid a major accident. Within a few weeks, I received a call from a manager at a new marketing department at Countrywide Home Loans. He saw my resume and liked it and asked me to come in for an interview. He liked me. He really, really liked me. He offered me a position as a programmer analyst on the spot, and I accepted. Sometimes a fortuitous event can be small, but affect you for decades. Countrywide went belly up a few years ago, bought by Bank of America, but I survived. I'm still with the bank after 18 years and a VP in the marketing department. When you have a quiet moment, think to yourself about one major event and a minor event, and think about the possibilities of who you would be if you had made a different decision. I am where I am today through many, many occurrences over the years. Some were happy and others were unpleasant. You have to live through those difficult, unpleasant times in order to build your character and confidence so that you can seize the opportunities in the future. We are all the culmination of the events and decisions that we make from the moment of our birth.